broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hi guys, and welcome back to Foster's After Show on AFTERBUZZ TV.
Yay! Woo!
The gang's all here. Tonight we're talking about Deja Vu, Season 3, Episode 3, and included in the gang tonight, Daffany Clark.
Hi! Yay!
Welcome back.
Thank you for having me. I love it here.
Oh, I love having you. We're going to talk to Daffany in a second. Of course, you can watch live and tweet at us with the hashtag ABTVFosters. You can comment on YouTube, iTunes, everywhere. Let's do some intros. We know Daffany's here. I'm Jeff Masters.
I'm Jillian Leff. I tweet from @Jillian Leff.
I'm Hannah Prichard. I tweet from @TheHotShotDude.
And I'm Stephanie Giorgi. I tweet from @Stephanie Giorgi.
Cool. I tweet from @JeffMasters1. Don't forget that okay? Okay, a lot happened in this episode. We did not necessarily see, actually we didn't see her at all. Not even necessarily Daffany, but the character Daffany, played by Daffany. When we left her character though, where was that? That was at Girls United?
Girls United, after she kidnapped Tasha, which is really not kidnapping, she just kind of borrowed her for the moment. And took her back, and now we're waiting to see what's going to happen to her.
Oh, right. And she was staying at Girls United while we figure that out.
Yeah, because Rosie's going to help me figure out my life. So
I can't believe we haven't gone back to that yet. I want to know so bad.
I do too.
Yeah, it's driving me crazy. I was thinking about that last episode. I'm like, didn't we leave things off on a weird ending with Daphne?
No, but I like that we didn't get into it right away because that just that makes you stay longer.
I know.
You know,
It's a true statement.
the story would have just been done, and then we're like, wait, no.
I know.
So now we just have
I
to.
would have had another baby.
But we can confirm Girls United with Daphne will be back this season.
Yes, so stay tuned.
Yes, later.
I feel like we said
That's
though
not
last
an
episode that
exclusive.
Rosie was coming back though.
Yeah.
Rosie is definitely back. I've seen some Instagram photos,
Exactly.
some behind-the-scenes snaps.
Some scripts.
But we just don't know how Daphne plays a role in it, and that's fine because she's a total tease, and that's okay. But I can tease that hopefully Daphne will be back on our show later in the season.
I will, and I'll be able to, keep you guys updated and fill you in on all the gossip.
Speaking of gossip, I heard some internet gossip that said that AJ might be the baby daddy. Is that...
Perfect.
I don't know. I don't think so, but it'd be a great choice.
Yeah, I would love some on-screen romance between the two of
Daphne
you.
can't get anything other than Tasha. That's her goal, I guess. So.
Oh my God, Tasha can move in with AJ and Mike.
Yes.
Wait a minute. I'm the mother. Can I move in with them too?
You
What's
were
happening?
in jail in this scenario?
Oh, thanks. Okay.
Oh, geez. Well, listen, the reason
That
why
was dark.
the reason why we do love Daphne is because although she's not in this episode, she is a huge fan of the Fosters.
Yes.
So she is here to act as a host with
I
us
am.
tonight. So we want to hear all of your opinions on everything. We're going to break it down.
You will. The show makes me cry every time I watch it. I'm like, I do not want to cry today.
Girl, I
love
feel
it.
you on that one.
Yeah.
I feel like a fool every time we watch it here. I'm like, guys, why am I about to cry again?
Because it's so touching.
It is.
And everything you're just like, oh.
And it's always when you don't expect it, too.
Exactly. So many surprises, so many pop-ups. You're like, wait a minute, I didn't think that was going to happen. But then you're like, wait, I thought that was going to happen and it totally didn't happen. Yes.
I know, it's like season 3 and the small scenes that catch me off guard. I'm like, oh my God, why am I even surprised? Okay, but speaking of those scenes though, I loved that we had a little girls' night out for Steph and her friends.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, please.
Where did Jenna come from though? I didn't remember. I was like, who is this girl and where in the world did she come from? And when did her and Steph become best friends?
We've not seen Jenna, the character, before, but Megan Black on Twitter pointed out that we've seen the actress in season 1, episode 5, the slam poetry one.
I think that she is, though, because I remember they were getting a divorce.
Oh,
So
that's
she's
the
on the
same
prowl
character?
again.
Wait,
it has to
what?
be. That's perfect because we needed a best friend that we knew of, and those are the only two friends that we've known of Lena and Steph. So in that episode, the poetry slam, Garrett was his poetry slam was about how
two
his
moms breaking up.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
that's
God, I
just
remember
Jenna
that.
coming out. I'm coming out. Hey,
Get it, girl.
I want the world
Oh my
to know.
God.
I've got to let it show.
I was actually living for that
harmonizing,
lesbian
girl.
bar. It was.
I loved it.
That was like a hoppin' lesbian bar.
I know, and I thought that scene was so important and amazing because these are just like role models of moms, and yet we have to remember that
And then
they're
a ratchet.
humans. But yeah, but okay, but they're humans who have had in earlier in their lives they went to bars and they drank and they met women, and like that's such a normalizing thing. And I was
True.
like, yes, they're real people. Thank you.
True. I dig it. Does anybody watch that actress on Silicon Valley?
Who, Jenna?
Yes.
I recognized
Okay,
her.
we'll do it. She's hilarious on it.
Well, she was really
Oh
funny
my
in this
gosh.
episode.
She
Like,
was.
okay, so the thirst was real for Monty. Can we just talk about that? The side comments?
Yes.
I was dying.
Yes.
I was pissed because, man, Monty looked really good in that green dress.
She looks good every time she's on screen.
no,
I'm like,
but
oh my God,
her
Lena, just
body
give her a
was-
chance.
Yeah.
Just give her a
No.
chance.
Stop it.
I'm sorry. I know. It's just the chemistry that just connects them.
Girl,
annoying.
no.
You know if Lena wants to try it, just one.
She sure do, because Lena's a freak. You already know that.
She wanted to kiss her back. I bet you she wanted to kiss her
I
back.
know she did.
Okay.
Drives me crazy.
Okay, but so Monty at one point said that this was her first date with a female ever. Do we believe her in that?
I do. I believe her.
Yeah, but Monty is one of those girls in high school that tried to manipulate the situation and make it look a certain way so that she could be wanted. Mind you, with that moment that Lena,
Okay.
that moment that Lena was like, can I talk about it?
Yeah.
She was like, I don't want you to be, I want you to be straight. Monty's face was so excited. She was like, why? Tell me that you love me. Because she wanted to hear that.
Yeah, because she wanted her to be like, because I want you.
I want you. Yeah, exactly. And I was like, you better fall back, girl.
Yeah,
Change
right?
that face right now. And I was so happy that Lena was like, because
Yeah.
now I have to tell my wife, because you extra trife. Get out. Oh, your rhymes.
Surely did.
Stephanie is getting a little hood in our
I
podcast.
know. She is.
You want to know why? Because when it comes, no, excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me change my persona. I didn't appreciate it.
No, it's too late. Everybody already knows you're gay. So
Yeah.
come on out.
Girl, you got your hoops on. There's no turning back.
Oh shoot, you're right.
Take your hoops out.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that I think that Monty is a liar. I just think, because I really like her character, but I just think she's a people pleaser, and she'll kind of say anything that Lena needs to hear to like believe her.
Yeah, Danielle, she is at Sight of the Sun. She said, I'm rooting for Monty and Jenna so Monty can leave Lena alone.
Yes, Danielle.
LMAO.
Yeah, but I don't think
LMAO girl.
I don't think
I'm
Monty
feeling it.
and Jenna would. I'm not digging them together.
They
I just-
wouldn't.
Their energy's off.
I have a
Monty's
feeling,
doing it to make Lena
agree.
jealous.
Well, no, I think that it's a situation where I'm sure we've all been there where you meet someone, they come on really strong, you're kind of not sure how you feel about it, and then you think about it and you're like, well, I don't really have anyone else, so why don't we just try this out and see how it works? She was a little hesitant. She had said, wow, she came on really strong. She said that to Lena. But she's going with it because she wants to be like this fun, cool, bisexual woman.
Yeah,
She's like, whatever.
It makes you uncomfortable, but you're like, wait, I'm really flattered.
Or she could just be, distracting Lena, making Lena think that she's interested in this woman when she really is interested in Lena.
Yeah.
So just to get her off her back, she's just doing this just for the time being because she's really going to attack Lena and they're going to fall in love and get married.
Whoa!
Oh, shoot. I'm hoping. I'm sorry.
Girl!
You trying to home wreck this family yourself?
I'm not.
Guess what, y'all? Monty's not the home wrecker. Daphne's the home wrecker.
I'm not. I just love their chemistry
All right,
together.
Daphne, thank you so much. It was so good to see you.
Okay, wait.
Really?
Wait.
That quick?
Okay, so we have someone on Twitter that agrees. Trey L. Hey, Trey. He says,
Hey, Trey.
Lena was thirsty for Monty too, LOL. Both of them, the thirst was real.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they need to just drink. Drink each other and be done. Okay?
This is reminding me of an episode of The L Word now.
Okay. Do we not think that there was the perfect moment to tell Steph was when they were crawling in bed afterward, and she could have been like, hey, by the way, she tried to kiss me once, nothing happened, but I want you to know now before something dramatic happens.
I think the perfect moment was when they were standing in the kitchen and Steph first tells her about Monty and asked her if she knew that she was gay. She should have been like, no, but I had my suspicions when she tried to kiss me.
No, I think because Lena was saying, I don't think that she's gay, because here's the thing though, I have a lot of gay, lesbian, transgender, whatever friends. They always, like, one thing that bothers them is people who come around who are just like curious and stuff. Like, no one has time for that, like, especially because they play games with those who actually are of like a same-sex kind of an orientation. And I think that if she finally finds out that Monty isn't just trying to, like, she's not just bored and doing something, that she'd be like, look, I didn't think I should say anything before, but now that I know this is official, you need to know that she kissed me, and I didn't think to tell you, because that way,
And I'm telling you because it meant nothing.
It meant nothing, but now that it's switched up, I have every reason to tell you, which would, I feel like Steph could be a little bit angry, but then be okay to be like, okay, at least you knew the circumstances and when to tell me, had it been the other situation.
Yeah. Or she could have just told her after it happened, right after it happened. I mean, you know, if you're not trying to do something or make it go further, you would tell right away.
I do. It goes.
I know.
I would be like, hi, honey, I'm home. So, Monty tried to kiss me today. Just want to let you know. So, what's for dinner? That's what I would have been like.
Yeah, but then it just would have gone to something that was so, I don't know, she's just confused, this and that, blah, blah.
I agree with everything that you say about their relationship. I absolutely do. And I do think that Lena is interested to some degree.
She's curious.
I just don't want it to happen.
I know, but
I agree with you. I think,
girls, it may happen. The curiosity will get her in trouble.
I don't trust you.
Tails the cat.
That's right.
So I was kind of actually surprised by the dinner table convo at the party with the girls. I just thought that it was like a little insensitive, maybe, talking about like all of the like coming out experience when Monty has not come out yet. You know, she's like very made it clear that she's in the figuring out process. She's not labeling herself as anything. And then to be like, going around the story, like, when did you fall in love? When did you come out? This and that. And like married to men, as Monty was. I just felt like uncomfortable for her.
But I was like, good, throw it in her face.
I didn't feel uncomfortable. Okay, I didn't feel that hard. But I didn't feel uncomfortable for her either, because I don't feel like, yeah, Monty's not labeling herself, but that's because there's nothing to label. Like, she just is having issues with guys, so she's like, why not try women? I don't know. Which I don't think is a bad thing, but I don't think it's her being curious or bisexual or anything. I think she's just, just testing all of the waters and doesn't really care which one bites. Well, you know what I mean? Or like which.
But doesn't really care. So she's acting as if those aren't real situations. She's being careless to these people. Why? Because they're not straight? You know what I'm saying? So it's like she's not taking Lena's and Steph's marriage seriously.
Well, I agree with that. But I don't think but at the same time, I don't think she's being insensitive to, like, I still think she has the right to test every water. You know what I mean?
I agree with that. Yeah.
Not with a married woman, though.
Yeah, right?
Well,
not with the married woman,
right,
though.
Okay.
There she needs to step off, because that's not right.
And if she's not married, you don't test it with her coworkers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
true. Are you serious?
No married women and no coworkers.
Sometimes you gotta get it where you can. No, I'm just
kidding. She ain't lying, though. She ain't lying.
All right, guys, we gotta move on to topics.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. I'm not.
Jillian's gonna tell us about dance battles.
Yeah, so you guys obviously have Instagram, Twitter accounts. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys knew over the holidays, but actually Maria Menounos and a bunch of her celebrity friends put out these amazing dance videos. We actually have an update on that. There's a new show that you can apply to now called Dance Battle America. It's ABC's newest competition special. Yeah. From our very own founder and e-host Maria Menounos and Julianne Hough from Dancing with the Stars. ABC's Dance Battle America. During the holiday season over the last 2 years, Julianne and Maria have engaged in some fierce dance battles via social media. If you haven't seen those videos, you need to check them out because they're pretty freaking hilarious. Mm-hmm. Once the challenge took off, celebrities like Kate Hudson and Amber Riley joined in and the dance battle craze began. Now the ladies are challenging everyone in America to battle it out. For a chance to fly to Los Angeles, you can come and hang out with us maybe, Absolutely. I don't know, and compete on the dance show. Here's the opportunity of a lifetime. If you want to dance on network television, go to www.dancebattleamericacasting.com for more information on how to submit your video. And remember, if you don't have to be a dancing pro like Julianne. I feel like we should submit since we're
dancing pros.
We're dancing pros. I don't know.
Why? So Jeff can just show us all up.
We just need you to have fun with it. Apply. That's why Dance Battle got started and why it took off. Everyone is free to move however they want. So submit your dance videos to dancebattleamericacasting.com now, and don't wait because you're going to miss out. And then you're not going to get to meet us, and that stinks.
Oh my
That'd
God,
be a
that
bummer.
sounds so
It's crazy.
fun.
It's crazy.
I'd kill it on that show.
I'm sure you would.
we know.
And I
We
should
know.
probably
We
not
know
show
what you
my
would do.
boob.
I know
show.
Steph would.
Okay, let's move to a segment that I like to call John or Don't Shoot. And that infection. So we saw a little bickering from the old married couple.
It was
Loves
the first.
it.
It was the first fight.
Lovers quarrel.
I know.
was really cute.
Oh, storm on the horizon.
Granny.
But actually goes a lot deeper than just a surface fight.
Yes, PTSD.
Pretty much.
No, girl, I'm getting high too.
Yeah, I like that this like reverberation came back from the gunshots. Mm-hmm. And like it makes sense.
I just feel like,
absolutely makes sense. I was wondering when it was gonna hit him.
well, remember how we used to feel like this show is always teaching us life lessons?
Always.
I feel like they hadn't hit on gun safety yet.
I know.
Let's do it now. Like, let's bring on the boys. Let's make this happen. And you know what, too? I really think that they made they made a great point. You know, you should be scared of firearms. You should be.
absolutely.
I'm terrified.
I like
Terrified.
how Steph said that. She was such a good communicator in this episode, especially to young boys, where you would think that maybe they would want a male figure at this point.
Right, to explain it and kind of
something like
educate
this.
them on it, yeah.
But she kind of really hit it on the, what's the colloquialism?
Head.
Hit it on the head. Sorry, y'all.
I struggle with it too. I always want to say hit the nail on the hammer.
But you know what?
But
You bring up an interesting point because you said that Steph, was the one that brought them to the range and everything, when Connor actually said that his dad shoots, he hunts.
Right.
So it's weird that he's actually now going with Steph, the cop, and also, like, we know how Connor's dad is sort of getting used to Lena and Steph. So I thought that was really odd that he sort of let that happen, because I felt like, he's always wanting to take ownership and he's very protective of his son. Mm-hmm. And in this moment, when he is sort of an expert, he shoots guns all the time, he sort of let Steph have this. So I thought that was a little weird.
I thought that was interesting
That's a
too.
good point.
Yeah.
It was
really
important.
interesting.
I'm happy about Jude's dad last week, kind of showing Connor's dad that, look, guess what? I'm a man too, and I'm straight, and I'm gonna be liberal. I'm gonna accept other things, and you need to kind of put your son before you and however you feel. Mm-hmm. But that's what was. But regardless of that, that's why I loved how Stephanie spoke to them, and I thought it was important that they did get to shoot it. And I thought it was beautiful that Jude said, "I don't need to."
I did too. And
Yes.
He was just like, "I don't."
Oh
need
my
to."
God, that was such a great moment.
And it was
yeah.
such the epitome of who his character is.
Right.
Yeah, and I liked that they showed the difference between how Connor reacted to shooting the gun after being shot at than Steph did. Like, Steph said it made her feel better, that, like, to have something that powerful that hurt her in her hands, and to realize that she could have that power. But with Connor,
It was just a reminder.
Yeah, it was just a reminder of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the sort of the aftermath of all of that, everyone is blowing up my Twitter right now.
Good,
So
blow it
everyone's
up.
talking about that cute moment where Connor laid his head on
Right.
Jude's shoulder.
Oh my God,
And
I
it really
melted.
just shows, like they care about each other so much.
Yeah.
And
It's just love.
as like human beings, it's so beautiful. It's not
Yeah.
even like this crazy.
Yeah, and it's so innocent and just pure, and it's like you don't. Oh, it's just
And
great.
when there's one, it's not gay. It's just
Right.
Jude and Connor.
Exactly.
It's just Jude and
So
Connor.
wonderful.
It's the genre.
I also think it's amazing during the show. I was like, oh wow, like this thing with Charleston just happened, and they're addressing it on the show now. And I was like, what a coincidence. And I was like, actually, this thing happens all the time, unfortunately.
It does.
And
day.
it's amazing for the Fosters to be able to address it in their own way without directly being like making a statement.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't. Yeah, and I don't know exact gun laws, but I didn't know that somebody that young could be taken to a driving range like that and shoot.
Oh yeah, I think
it-
it's just good because like statistically, almost every year in America, there's like 32,000 people who die from a gun, and 88 people a day. Wow. Just from gun fatalities, whether it's like a massacre or an accident or just something that went wrong. So it's just nuts because gun control is so important. But I think like Steph said, if to be able to know, if they're curious about it, then you better teach them about
Teach
it
them,
because
educate
you
them,
don't
let
want them
them
to
know.
try to
Exactly.
educate themselves,
Oh, yeah.
and that's how accidents
Absolutely.
happen. That's how people get into stuff, and they think that they know what they're doing when they don't. So it's kind of like familiarize yourself with what you're afraid of, so
Yeah.
that you can handle it.
It reminded me too of like how like some parents like deal with like sex ed. Like we're not talking about it, it's horrible, don't do it, as opposed to let's discuss the risks and how to be safe. 'cause
Yes,
it's something that
exactly.
happened.
Oh wow. great comparison.
So,
Sex and guns.
Yeah, sex and guns. Same shit.
Thanks.
I was like, Susie.
They're both lethal. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just
What
saying.
do you
Like,
got for us, Jillian?
So,
Tasha.
Jose Medina on Twitter, he said, I loved the Jude and Steph scenes, the first one ever, really, of this gravity. It's always Jude and Lena, which
That's so true.
I didn't
That's
even
what
think
I thought.
about. But you know what? I love this. The three of them coming together to talk about this, and Steph really opening up about her experience with her dad and going to the range. And it made the connection even more for me.
Absolutely.
They, Jude is their kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a
And it's
great
funny
point.
because you know how when they say Jude's so lucky that he's younger because it was so easy for him to be like, Mama, when he walked up to, he was like, Mama said she wanted something, like how he referred to Lena. And it's so nice how he's able to just be a part of the family, but where he's starting to develop habits like them. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to be blood to
Exactly.
do something with your hair a certain way. It's just like whatever you kind of grow up seeing. So that's cool.
Yeah, totally. And I was surprised by how honest Jude was with Connor outside too. Just talking about their feelings.
No,
right,
that was amazing.
being honest. Yeah, it was a great
Yeah.
moment.
They're
It was a
growing
great
up
moment.
together. I love
They
that you see that.
are. Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, they are. Guys, thank you so much for your tweets so far throughout the show. We love hearing from you, and we do want to hear from you. If you could take a quick user survey for us at podcast1.com. This will let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you kind of like but think we can improve on. We want to hear about it all, and that's podcast1one.com. I'm going to spell it out one more time. podcast1one.com. Okay, great. That was so much fun. Back to the regularly scheduled program. Let's talk about AJ. Let's talk about Mike. Let's talk about Callie needing to calm down.
Yeah, Callie
Girl,
needs to chill.
She was in a mood.
I get that she's bitter that she lost her job because of this kid that she sort of put her
Right.
neck out about. Like, I get it, but there comes a point
goes around.
when you just have to
Yep.
be like, do you remember how you were when you first came
Yes,
to this house?
well, exactly.
That's what I meant by that. What comes around goes
And they're
around.
so similar. He is so similar to how she was when she first started. You know what I mean? That I'm like, girl, why are you pointing the finger at him so much? Like, leave him alone.
It's different because she's protective this time around. You know, she really cares about these people and this environment that she's, sort
Right.
of manifested in,
Absolutely.
and she's concerned.
It takes one to know one. So she sees him and she's like, no, don't even try to play my ass because I know exactly what's going on.
But she has to remember that, the reason she was the way she was when she first joined the family was because she was so protective over Jude. So,
Right.
you know what I mean?
he's,
That I'm like,
he's in the same situation.
yeah, then I'm like, girl, when he's acting out and disappearing, remember how you were and know that it's only about his little brother, you
But
know?
I feel like she cares about this family so much that she doesn't want anybody to come in and hurt them the way she has hurt them. So
Just
she
makes me mad.
she's like, listen, I may see myself in this person, but this is my priority. I got to protect my family. So
Yeah.
she
And I
does
get-
it at all costs.
Yeah.
Totally, and I get why Callie is so overprotective and wary, but I don't get it for Brandon as much.
Well, I think that Brandon obviously feels threatened because of his relationship with Mike. He really hasn't always had the best relationship, and I feel like now they're sort of on the mend, working towards something better. And now this AJ kid
Comes in and takes Mike,
and it's
yeah.
like you even saw it when they were sitting on the couch and Brandon walked in, and sort of the face that he gave when Mike was like, "Oh, I asked AJ to stay for dinner," and then when he also was like, "Oh, we're watching the game," and then Brandon's like, "Oh, keep the game on, don't worry."
So now that
Right.
Mike
That
is
was
getting
funny.
Brandon's attention, Brandon wants his attention.
course.
Or
And-
AJ's getting Mike's attention. Brandon now wants it.
And he's still a teenager. Remember how we were, it's like any sort of complex when you have a new baby brother or
Yeah.
baby sister. The older sibling always gets
Absolutely.
jealous.
Yeah.
He's Nick Jonas jealous.
But I feel like Brandon has always wanted his father's attention, and I feel like
Yeah.
there's always been someone to come in and distract him from their
Right.
relation, making their
Yes.
relationship together. So this is just another.
Oh my God, you're so
distraction.
right, Danny.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Jesus and Mariana's birth mother,
Oh yeah, Anna.
and and now AJ. So it's just been like, okay, when can we be father and son?
That's
Right.
very true.
You know what I mean? mean? So.
I understand though. I think that AJ is more or less perspective for everyone now. I kind of like that Callie's being that way just because I feel like AJ needs to see his peer react even though she's been in the same situation, just so that he can realize like, why is she acting like that? Like have some ambition or see or maybe recognize that you can change or things can be something else.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's more or less he needs an influence of someone that he respects because she's been in the system. And then Brandon, he's Brandon. Can I just say though, I had a dream with him last night.
I know, I read your tweet. Tell us. Well, is it PG?
Wait, what? wait. What'd you say?
The part that wasn't, I'll tell you guys later.
Yeah, you heard that.
I had a dream with Brandon last night, and Mariana was in it. She was the homegirl in the dream, but Brandon was extra my boyfriend in it. We were just like we kissed and we were so sweet.
Oh wow!
And he came and he vented to me about something, which was like, oh God, why are you
What was
venting
it?
to
Do
me
you
in my
remember?
dream?
Do you
No.
remember what it was? Was it about his love for you? Was it about Callie?
I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I don't want Bradley anymore.
Okay. So tweet at Stephanie if you want the rest of that story.
Can I just say, EHS skater dropout, he just tweeted something that I am like kind of all about. He said, this episode is called Deja Vu because it parallels the pilot. Mm-hmm. I didn't even see that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Homegirl, yes.
Absolutely.
Listen, I was like, Deja Vu. Yeah. Beyonce.
Nailed it.
I mean, I didn't see that part, but I just from the beginning I saw it because when they had the dinner, I was like, oh, cool. And that's what I mean by AJ's perspective for everyone. Mm-hmm. Now that they've gone through it, they can see it again and they might be able to approach the situation differently if they actually think about it. History repeats itself.
That's another great point.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I liked it a lot. Especially that moment when they crossed. And Brandon was like, well, you were a lot prettier than he was.
Yes.
So
I wanted them to kiss and just hug and make up and be together.
He's going to have so many issues with this AJ and jealousy issues with him and Callie that it is going to push them back together.
That's your prediction?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I think that I don't know. I just feel like this whole Mike situation where he's sort of not feeling as close as he once was, I think he's sort of going to rebel to gain attention. Maybe that would, I mean, the fans are saying that they go to Mexico.
But like rebel with Callie, though.
With
you know
Callie.
What I'm saying?
Well,
they said in episode
his
5.
ride or die. Are you crazy? Like, of course they're going to go together. But I'm saying, like, I just feel like that's a good reason for him to sort of gravitate towards her because they sort of both feel alienated because of AJ.
oh my gosh, that's just a formula for disaster.
AJ's bringing them together. We thought he was going to tear them apart.
We'll see. One of the viewers also said, what if AJ starts hooking up with Lou?
Oh, that'd be a good match.
That'd be a super cute match.
Oh, Lou.
Daphne's not doing it.
No, it would not.
That's because Daphne should be
She's
with
trying to get with
AJ.
AJ,
That's actually what
No,
should happen.
I'm just trying to
We're
figure
hoping for a
out,
baby daddy.
what's best for Tasha.
Y'all would be a beautiful couple.
Daphne
Like
needs a love
beautiful.
interest.
Yeah,
Beautiful couple.
I vote Daphne love interest. You hear that,
Yeah.
Bradley and Peter? We want one for this girl. They watch our show. They do. Every week in the writer's room, they watch our show.
Dude, you do need a love interest, though, on the show. Like,
Well,
legit.
Let me get Tasha back first, and then
Yeah.
we can try to figure out.
Okay, well, I mean, like,
Okay.
maybe Tasha needs 2 sets of arms to run into. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, well,
Okay.
We go. Okay, we'll talk about that later.
That was deep though.
It was such a small scene, but the scene with Lena talking to AJ, and he's like, "You've never had a black kid before."
I loved that scene.
Yeah, and like,
I loved that
one,
scene.
it was a good point that like it's harder
Absolutely.
for black kids to get adopted. It reminded me of like online dating profiles, and those like they did a big study, and like people are like blatantly racist online because like it's harder for like people
world
of
we
color.
live in, yep.
But I wanted Lena to be like, no, we've never adopted a black kid, but like our children are like Latino.
Yeah.
Like I'm not that to be like, look, we're proving we're not racist, but like I just want her to be like, hey, listen, like cool your jets, like we're on your side,
they're
we're on
pretty-
your team.
They're overwhelmingly, accepting of
Exactly.
anyone and anywhere, and I feel like they would really take in anyone that needs it. But it's just sad that AJ feels that way because clearly it's stuff that he's been through in the recent past, and that honestly that sucks. Like you want a family, you want to feel a connection with someone, and just by the way that you look. And he's even said stuff about his race too before, like, oh, you think I'm gonna steal things because like I'm the black kid, and it just sucks. Like, it doesn't make me feel good that he's projecting that, but it's true.
But it's reality.
And it sucks that he then did steal something.
He put it back though. He did put it back.
It's the same thing with Jude stealing the bracelet and putting it back. Deja vu.
Right. No, but it's all. But remember, I said it's all influence. That's why I like it. I think it's good that he's with Lena, so that, again, like I said, he can see someone that he can relate to, be prosperous in life, do things the right way.
True, girl.
Be a good role model, because people tend to identify to their people, and that's who they want to follow, not someone who has nothing to do with them. So I like that. Which, by the way, one thing I failed to mention also is that we see Lena's mother in next week's episode also, so you can just see how that's gonna blow up.
Ooh, juicy.
I'm excited for that though. But
she's
I don't
off
know.
Orange is the New Black. She's back here. Yes.
Oh, V.
God, I forgot it was
so
her.
let's see. Oh, I just had a good tweet from someone. The moment where between AJ and Jude in the bedroom,
The cutest
that was
thing.
adorable.
When he grinds his teeth.
I know, and
throw a pillow at me.
And I even wrote down what Jude said to Connor. I really don't care about sharing a bedroom. I've done this, my whole life
many times,
with so many different kids. And that one really hit home for me because Jude is really happy right now and he's thriving in the foster's home. But we have to remember what he's gone through before this.
Right.
It's hard to keep that in mind when you have a kid that's thriving in their environment.
Yeah.
But he's been through so much.
And like you were talking about earlier about the perspective that he brought to the house, when he said the line about Brandon getting his own bedroom because he's like the blood child, I was like, that's not reason why, but that's a really great observation.
I know, right?
That is a good observation, but thank goodness that Callie was there. She's like, well, everyone had their own bedroom before Jude and I got there.
Yeah.
It's just that he's the oldest, and to be perfectly honest, he's the only one that kind of an older guy goes through different stuff, and they don't need to be sharing.
Right, exactly.
It's
different.
appropriate.
It's different.
It is appropriate because even in let's say they were all brothers and sisters, all from the same parents, that still would have been the situation.
Absolutely.
Regardless.
The older one
gets his own room.
Totally.
I liked the situation between AJ and Jude because AJ, Jude seemed so wise to me at that moment. Let me tell you what's up, this and that. If anything, just throw a pillow at me. It's all cool. This is normal. He's not being weary about this kid sharing a room with him. He was completely accepting at a young age. So it's perspective for everyone. Like I said, it's so good for AJ to finally enter a foster home that is positive and that everyone knows what's up. It's not like it's brand new.
Right.
And no one's trying to sabotage him so far.
Exactly. I can't even imagine if it wasn't Jude and it was Jesus.
Oh, that would be a totally different situation.
How he would have reacted to like some more, really manly men in the house and having to share his space with someone like that.
Well, they would put AJ in the living room.
Maybe sleep on the couch.
He would have had to. There's no other room.
Right.
Brandon.
No other space.
Yeah,
He would have put him with Brandon, exactly.
Yeah, but what a cool inspiration for Callie to have that idea for the app.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing an app nowadays. It's hard, okay, Callie? Put the time in. It's a lot of work.
Well, Mariana's doing the coding, so.
Yes. The
But
cronut.
yeah,
Wait, no,
No, but she's doing the coding because you know how
Chirona.
Mariana's
but
like
she
text
came up with
smart.
the idea.
But the
Right.
Lost
Yeah.
and Found app, when they said that, I was like, that's a great idea. Does
It's
that
a great
exist?
idea.
Lost and found.
Yes. Boston Pound.
I like that.
Yeah, great. But speaking of the churro nut,
There you go.
yes, what another great idea.
I knew it was something.
That is such a Mariana thing to have this idea from Wyatt, but to have this idea, bring it to the bakery. I will bring you customers. Awesome.
Yeah.
It is
Well,
great.
I have a comment about this. I pre-periscoped about the episode just because I always have so much to say.
A pre-show.
A pre-show. I did a little pre-show. But this part made me laugh because I like how they, focused on that dynamic in the part when the grandfather says, Mariana, you're new to this family. Adriana, you're not. You know better. And it is... sorry. It was just important to me because it's true. There's tradition in Latin families, and not that there's not the same traditions in other families, but I just like that they focus on the fact that normally you wouldn't really as soon as Mariana was kind of mouthing and being very opinionated, I was like, whoa, fall back, girl, because this is
exactly.
this isn't your family. There is tradition there, and if you had grown up in that family, you would know never to speak to your elders that way, and even less your grandfather. So I like that they showed that there, and I think that it's good for Mariana to kind of know that because not that there's anything wrong with the Foster's family, but they are very liberal. But there's sometimes know, there needs to be some sort of a discipline where you realize how to act around people instead of just being like, you know, say what you feel and all this other things. It's just kind of like, why don't you just observe the situation first and then find the right time to speak.
Yeah.
I loved so much that when she did go and say everything she wanted to say, she just like, it all fell out of her mouth and she was like, well, that was it.
Go now. I like how opinionated she was and how she came up with all these great concepts and she was trying to help them. That's where I thought it came from. Not so much like mouthing off, but like, look, you're not making no money. So
but that's a great point though, because when your grandfather is not the boss, you can't like just like tell them how to run the company.
Right.
You know. But his response, I could just see him like responding that way to Anna when she would like have issues growing up.
absolutely.
And I was like, okay, honey, like that's why you got some problems.
And I love now she has like this additional cousin. Like I like that bringing in that character and her having somebody her age. You know what I mean? Like her, like I don't know. They seem to vibe really well together, and I really liked that.
The cousin seems to be really happy to have her around.
Oh yeah.
What a cool friendship for her,
Right?
too. Like,
Awesome.
like a family member.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Can I made me feel bad about Jesus though that he doesn't have that right now.
Well, he'll be back.
Right.
Can we talk about someone else that's vibing?
Please.
Wyatt and Mariana.
They so are. Did you see Mariana flirting with him via laptop?
Yeah, she held off for a while, but I was like, those texts, like, come on, Wyatt.
So
what?
Here's my issue with this. Now they have a connection that her and Matt will never have. They've had sex together. When people say sex complicates things, this is the reason why, because then emotions start to kind of develop, whether they're supposed to be there or not. Humans are humans. The attraction exists. So it just sucks because now it's as if it's like an inside joke that they're always going to have without it being a joke, but just like, you know, oh, but we shared that moment together and it's a huge moment. And that's why she was like, oh, the flirting. And I'm only worried though, even though that Matt's perfect, what if all this happens, but in her head, because that's what she lost it to, she starts developing these feelings like, well, maybe I should be with him. When that's not the case, you know?
I know.
Like an attachment. What happens when you lose your virginity to someone? An attachment.
Well, I wonder if Wyatt knows that he was the one that took her virginity.
I know. I wondered that.
Like,
too.
I doubt they talked about that before it happened.
He has an
but
inkling, though.
Like, could his
yeah, but
video...
even he's into her now because of
I
what she did, and he was like, "Damn, Callie was never like that."
right? Did his little video make anybody else just want to like throw things and throw up all at the same time?
I remember pull his hair.
You plus me equals
cool.
Question mark?
Great.
I'm like, bro.
Because he's trying to see if they were cool or not. He's trying to hate it again. That's
they're
the
in
problem.
high school. It's fine.
Daffy, you sound like you want to say something.
I just feel like it should have never happened between her and Wyatt.
Obviously.
It's a girl code that you just do not, you know, go after your sister, your friend's exes. That's just off limits.
Right.
But since it happened, I think it's going to be really complicated between them because, like she said, like once you lose your virginity to somebody, like it's a connection and it's going to be complicated and it's not going to be the same. It's just going to be different.
Yeah.
And I just really want them to just tell Callie like the truth or like, you know what I'm saying? Just get it out.
They're gonna have to because she's totally gonna get caught messaging her.
Yeah.
Or messaging him. Sorry.
I'm heartbroken for Matt. Like it genuinely hurts my heart as if this was a real situation because I feel like guys, you know, girls are like it, you know, straight guys, girls are like their dolls, like the first thing that they have kind of their possession towards. And if we don't know if Matt's lost his virginity yet, but to know that Mariana, he knows everything about her. And the fact that he didn't get to take it, all he's going to run through his mind is like, oh my God, I should have done it at the lifeguard. Oh my God, I want her so bad. And it's just going to hurt. It's going to hurt so bad.
It really is.
I just worry too that now with the video and then like quote unquote working together and sharing ideas that Callie will find out about the video and be like, why didn't you tell me that? Are you like talking to him? Like, why'd you keep that a secret? As opposed to her just being like, look, he made a video for us.
And the way she's been so angsty recently, things are not gonna go well.
It just sucks. And you see how much Callie's been like vibing and loving Mariana. They've had such a fantastic sisterly bond, and it just sucks to
that she slept with Wyatt.
They're setting that up so
you know,
it can
I'm
crash
just like
and burn.
not saying anything, but if that relationship crashes, she's not doing so hot with Jude. She's just gonna go to Brandon, and then all of our Brawley dreams are gonna come true. Bye.
Okay, sounds like we're leaning towards predictions.
Okay, yes, we are. Well, go ahead and just tell the rest of the story.
Oh Lord.
And
Damn,
now,
I know, right?
Your AFTERBUZZ TV.
My heart.
Predictions.
Jillian, do you want to continue in that vein?
go ahead.
Yeah,
ahead.
sure. I would love that. So didn't get to watch the preview. Sorry. But Steph told me that there was some sort of altercation between Matt and Mariana. So I'm excited to see that. We didn't do news and gossip this episode, but Jesus has been recast. His name is Noah
Centineo.
Yeah, and I'm really actually excited. There's been mixed fan reaction. I get it. You know, you love the original Jesus. Maybe you didn't want his storyline to continue. But I am excited to have that character back. And who knows, maybe some of our favorite Jesus love interests will pop up again. I don't know really when he shows up in the episode, because since they just announced his recasting, maybe it's not even until the B season. But I am looking forward to that. But I guess really just, you know, Mariana sort of finally fessing up to her actions. And I think that she's a woman now, and she needs to keep it real.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I think that now that Monty is out about exploring her sexuality, I think that might trigger some like red flags in Steph's mind, and she might like pick up on certain things that are going on because she's a cop. That's her job, and she's very smart. So I just wonder what's going to happen there, because you know they're the heart of the show. They need to stay a couple.
Absolutely.
Yes. And Monty's being quite transparent in her like intentions, I feel like, in her emotions towards Lena. Like she was
like a little girl.
Yeah, she was like not hiding her facial expressions when they were talking about how they met, and she kept like looking at Lena. I was like, girl,
I know.
Stop.
I know.
But it's rude. It's like really disrespectful to me. And it's so funny because it's like one of those, like I said, she knows exactly what she's doing.
I know.
And I feel like you're right. Steph is going to pick up on that, especially if they start doing like double dates. I think things are going to get really awkward.
I don't think they should do that.
I don't think so either.
Because I can see Monty, she's just going to begin to kind of make jokes with Lena, like, oh, Lena, remember that? And like she's going to create moments, and Lena's going to be like,
really
stop
awkward. Yeah,
doing
really
that.
awkward and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I know. Any official prediction stuff?
Like I said, I feel like Matt's gonna break down or something. Like I think it's really gonna hurt him, and Mariana's gonna be really hurt. But I think that she's gonna be confused now with her feelings.
Well, I think their fight will make her have to tell Callie, because she's gonna be upset. Callie's gonna ask her what's going on, and then we're gonna have a beautiful Mariana crying moment, because she's a great crier, girl.
Yes,
she's
she is. She does it well.
Someone on Twitter said that it has to do with Jude throwing Callie a birthday party. Was that in the preview? And why it shows up to the birthday party? I could be totally making this up, but I just read it on the timeline.
The only thing that I remember from the preview is just that altercation between Mariana and Matt, and then Lena's mother coming, and what was being said was that, Mom, you have to understand that when people use the N-word towards you, it doesn't just hurt that black person, it hurts everyone that's around them. And so that's like one scene. So I'm excited to see what happens there and how it involves. I'm assuming it'll involve AJ, but we'll see. So I don't know, but I feel like next week is going to be extra dope.
It's always good.
I know. Daphne, we don't want spoilers, but anything you're looking forward to in the season?
Possibly coming back.
Possibly
coming back
is a great thing.
I can't give you any. I don't really know anything. I can't tell you anything.
Girl, I don't believe you, but fine.
Okay, wait. Can you tell us who your favorite person is that you've had a scene with so far? Who do you just love being on set with?
I have a feeling she's not going to tell us that either.
Everybody's great. I love everybody.
I'm not saying this season. I'm saying,
That's a perfect Hollywood answer.
Listen, you've been in scenes with a lot of people.
I know, and I love everybody equally.
Okay, so that makes me think that her favorite scene is yet to be seen. Right? So we'll see that soon.
You tricked me.
I was like, girl, don't fall for it.
You're tricking me. No comment.
Everyone needs to chill. We'll see Daphne soon. We'll see her soon.
Yeah, Daphne. Well, thank you for coming back.
Oh my God, it's so great to be with you guys.
Yeah, where can everybody find you on social media?
I'm on Instagram, DaphMC29. I post a lot, so if you don't like a lot of posts, don't follow me. Daphne M. Clark on Twitter and Daphne Clark on Facebook.
Oh my God. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, and thank you guys for watching. Where can everybody find you until the next time?
You can find me on Twitter, Periscope, and Instagram at Stephanie Giorgi, and Instagram, the Stephanie Giorgi. Real quick though, shout outs to everyone who Periscoped with me: Dustin, Shan, Blake, Laura, Aaron, Kelly, and Devin. Y'all are the best. Go ahead.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at the Hotshot Dude.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope at Jillian Leff, on my Facebook page, Jillian Leff Official, and that's it. Jeff, you go.
Okay, I tweet from Jeff Masters 1. That's the important one. Guys, we will see you next week.
Yay!
Can't wait.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AFTERBUZZ TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AFTERBUZZ TV or its owners or principals.